So now let's move to the last tip of this video. When producing and especially when mixing, references are crucial. So use references. How do I use them? In this case, I used this reference just to level the kick and the bass, and then I reference to past versions of the same track. So sometimes it's just for production, but most of the time it's for a mixing standpoint. So I want to recall how far from the previous saved session I went, and this is great. I just bounce all my sessions. So in this case, I has 107, which isn't the 107th time, it's just the 7th. I keep the 1 at the very beginning because if I drastically change the direction, I can proceed to save them to like 201, 202, 203 and branch out without how can I say that, without mixing too much the stuff and having a hard time recalling what the previous really different version was. Aside that, I keep my previous mixes so here I have a previous version which sounds like this. And if you don't use the X out, it sounds like this. And if you ever wonder why your actual track isn't reaching the same loudness of your reference track, no matter how hard you drive your limiter on the master, that might be because you forgot this thing. So now let's set it back to X'd out, and in this way I can just compare by how I used to sound to how I'm mixing the track now. And this way I can see where I lacked or how I'm changing the style of the track on purpose. So sometimes I just want to mix something way softer on purpose, but I also want to try a harder mix, so I can just match them, compare them, and have an idea, because sometimes it's not a single plugin that makes, or most of the time isn't a single plugin making the sound, but it's a compound effect of all the tweaks you've ported to the track.